everybody, it's me, Rachel. In this video, we're going to be making a card from the stamp market. It is called Enchanted Wings. So you have the shadow layer and then of course like the faceplate for the butterfly, and then you also have this other less detailed butterfly, although I wonder if you cut this out and then overlay it with this cutting plate could work. And then of course the body of the butterfly. And then I'm also going to be using this from scrapbook.com, You Are Loved. This was like free with your purchase, so of course I grabbed it. Why not? And I think I'm going to use You Make Me Smile. I don't know. We'll have to see with the sentiment. I was a little kind of struggling to see what sentiment I could use. So stay tuned to that. I'm also going to be using Distress Oxides. I'm going to be using Speckled Egg, Picked Raspberry, and also Seedless Preserves. So this is the color scheme that we're going to be using in today's card. And we might bring in some diamond glitter, cardstock, we'll see. So let's go ahead and I'm going to cut these apart because they're all attached by those little prongs there. And then I think what we'll do is we'll die cut first and then ink blend last or next. Okay, let me get these cut out and I'll be right back. So what I did is I went ahead and kept the little attachments in the butterfly because I don't have small enough snips. My husband does, and I don't know where his is at right now. But anyways, and I really want this shadow. I want this to be cut out because if you don't have this, you'll just have a nice impression in the paper and the cardstock. This is the die that actually, the shadow layer, excuse me, that is the one that actually gets cut out. So I'm hoping it won't, I mean, I'd imagine it's not going to mess with anything. And I'm just opening my Big Shot. But anyways, I'm hoping that's not going to mess with it. And I like the fact that it's going to stay centered, so I don't have to worry about that. So let's just give it a try and see how it works. Did it work without a hitch? Oh, it did. Perfect. Nice. Love it. Okay, so that's all you need to do, right? Okay. And, but again, if you just want this in a paper without the outline being cut, you're going to have to remove it with your snips and take the shadow layer off. But if you just do it this way and you don't foresee yourself doing that, then just leave it attached. So you have that option. And obviously those little snips, which I didn't think it would, but it didn't have, or there was not an issue. Okay. I do see a couple areas where the holes did not come out. It looks like I need to get them out of my little die here. And while I have my die cutting pad out, I'm going to go ahead and die cut. I kind of want to die cut this whole thing just to see how it looks. I wonder if I have a big enough piece. I'm not interested in cutting this whole thing, or cutting this like whole 8.5 by 11 if this doesn't work. Okay, good. I have a scrap that will work. I'm going to cut the whole thing because I kind of want to see what it will look like overlaid with this. I think it's going to be too much, but I'm more interested in the body of the butterfly. Okay, got that all taken care of. Fantastic. And it should cut out just fine, and it did. So just gotta be careful. Ooh. Okay, so there's that. Wouldn't that be pretty just like this? I mean, just white on the glitter cardstock, that would be super pretty, just as it is, right? But we're gonna ink blend, and then here's the body. You got to be very careful because it is super delicate. So we're going to move that to the side, and believe it or not, I probably will keep this because you could do something super small with that. Okay, so we're going to start off with Speckled Egg and just kind of tapping some of that off, and then I'm going to just start off of the butterfly and then come on in. It helps avoid any harsh brush strokes. Ooh, that is pretty. That is very... I might have to cut this again. I don't think I like how this is blending out. We'll see. We're going to stick with it. Nope, I gotta cut this out because I got some over here and I am not liking this. Nope. Okay, so let me give this another... I'm going to cut this again and retry it. Hang on. I am going to use... This is from Pink Fresh Studio. I'm not sure what the size of this is. It does not tell me in the box. But I'm going to use a smaller blending brush for this part because... Oops, this part fell. Okay. I think it's just going to make more sense since we're doing such a smaller project. Well, at least that's what I'm hoping, right? Alright. Again, coming in at the sides. So let me go ahead and just fast forward through this because I am going to really take my time trying to blend this all through. It was not working out. I ended up just doing the picked raspberry all over and then at the edges, and even then it's not perfect. I'm hoping it's going to smooth out a little bit better, but I used the seedless preserves and I nixed the speckled egg. I do like the color combination. I just need to get used to blending with these smaller blending brushes. I'm used to the bigger ones and it just became too blotchy. So honestly, I could probably do something like that and maybe just focus on smoothing that out to kind of cover up my mistake because I originally was not going to use that. So, okay. Well, there's another card. I will probably do that off camera. All right, so this is not even that perfect because, again, I need to practice my blending. Practice makes perfect, right? All right, so we're going to go ahead and start assembling everything. And, you know, I was actually... Gosh, I was going to use from, let's see here, I think this is from Concord in 9th Stitch Vines card front die. But now that I'm thinking about that, I was going to directly stamp You Make Me Smile. Let's see here, right onto the card panel. So that probably now won't work if I use the cover plate. I just wanted a little bit of texture. I can always stamp it and see how it looks. I don't think it's going to look that great. Yeah, You Make Me Smile. Well, you know what, let's just try it. Let's just see if it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't know, I've never stamped on when I have embossed. Well, I wouldn't do embossed for sure, but this is more puncturing holes onto the cardstock, so we'll see how well it stamps out. If it doesn't, then, you know, I guess I could try on a scrap piece of paper, but oh well. But if it doesn't, we'll just get another panel and see how it works. The alternative is, this doesn't have a die to it, but the alternative, I could fussy cut it out. Now that would work as well. And see, I just think that's so pretty. Is it pretty? I'm like, is it? All right, and then I'm gonna put this on top of here. I don't know. I don't know if I like it. What do you guys think? Well, let's just try it. Let's just see how it looks. Went through all the trouble of doing this. Trial and error, you live. Oh, I need to put that back. I have a little Klingon from a previous project that I was working on. A Klingon, a stamp. Okay, so let's go ahead and put some foam tape to the back of the panel. And I'm going to use, I need to make my foam tape backers. I learned it from Krista Wiley, and she actually learned it from somebody else too. And I was going to do it on camera, but I think that I'm not going to do it on camera just because it's already been there, done that type of thing. And she does an amazing job explaining it, so I'm just going to leave it to her to I'll try to link it below. If I forget, just let me know and I'll link that video for her. Her and I don't know each other. I just love her cards, and I think she's very talented, and that's why I want to give her the credit. It's just, we gotta support fellow content creators as much as we can, because it's not easy trying to, you know, get ahead in the YouTube universe. So if I could help a fellow content creator, I will. Okay, let's go ahead and remove. Let's get this all into place. There we go. That looks good. I am going to add, I was thinking about gluing this directly onto it, but I think I want to add just a little bit of dimension. Oh no, did I lose? Oh, there it is. Okay, I thought I lost my little body. Okay, so I'm going to just do a little bit of foam tape. Normally, if I'm going to add another foam tape on top of my panel here, I usually go thinner. But since this is so minimalistic, I'm not gonna worry about that. And I'm also going to glue this on here just because I want to be able to give it an extra stability. I don't want it to float away, as it were. Alright. Yes, I did go there. Because I should have cut this a little bit better. Okay, I went ahead and gave it some time to dry because I didn't want it to move on me. So I just kind of let it sit there for a little bit while I was checking my phone and seeing what's going on. Okay, so I am going to, now it does go off the card panel, and that's okay. I want it to go off the card panel a little bit. I think that's good, right? Yep, that's good. Alright, push that down. Then we're still not done because we need to add the little body. I think I'll just use my little tweezers for this part. And then there we go. Very so slightly. And then have it go, I think it goes about right there. We think it'd go all the way down, but oh my goodness, this card is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love this card. I wish I would have done a little bit better of an ink blending, but you know, again, not perfection. Okay, doesn't need, ouch, I just poked myself. Doesn't need any extra pizzazz to it, and I think we do. Let me find something. Next one. Oh, this card ended up turning out super cute, and love the fact that I didn't glue the wings and that it kind of flutters off, and then I lifted the butterfly up with some foam tape. I just think that really made it super pretty. And I'm glad I went with the dewdrops because it doesn't take away, just since there's, to me, there's a lot going on in the card with the glitter and just the boldness of the butterfly. Oh, you know what, you guys? I need to add my little stamp. There we go. Perfection. Whoops. All right, well, here is my card. What do y'all think? And you can just kind of train the paper to go up a little bit. But oh my gosh, this turned out so adorable. I really hope that I was not off camera the entire time. I forgot that I was zoomed in. Oh, whoops. Okay, well, here's hoping. But anyway, here is the, let's see here. I had it about right here, so I might have been off just a little bit. Oh, okay, sorry about that if I was. I need to practice my blending technique, but you know, practice makes perfect, right? All right, thank you so much for watching. Oh, you know what? Let me see if I can salvage this real quick. I'm gonna do this off camera and then I'll show you guys, so give me 1 second. This actually ended up being one of my favorites, and I actually was able to save it, and I blended it out, and actually this ended up being my favorite one between the two. I just don't like how I didn't blend really well. Now, I most certainly could have fixed it before I adhered it, but honestly this turned out to be one of my favorites, believe it or not. But yeah, so I added some dewdrops here on the side and here at the top. And then again, I just left these free floating along with the butterfly on top, and I just think it turned out super cute. I love how both of these turned out. I love the 3D look to these cards. Like, it's just so on point, and it just turned out really pretty. Let me know which one your favorite one is. Is it this one, card number 1, or card number 2? Like I said, my favorite card is going to be this one. It turned out so pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay, butterflies are my thing now because I have a ton of butterfly dies unintentionally because I keep on forgetting that I have them. So you'll see these more often on my channel. All right, thank you for watching. I will catch you guys in the next card or craft video. Bye.